Well, I finally did it. I did what they called retired. And now that I'm retired, I ask myself, what next? And I'm on a little hike today thinking about that, and I'm going to share my thoughts with you. The trail I'm on is a local day hike called Buzzard's Roost. It's a couple of nice scenic overlooks up here. Hopefully I'll share those with you. And then I'm going to share my thoughts on what do I do with this extra time now that I do not have to report to duty and trade my time for money. So let's do this. As we work our way towards the summit of Buzzard's Roost, I thought I better introduce myself. If you're new to the channel, my name is Bruce. I have recently retired, say about 6 months ago, from punching the clock. I'm 72 years old, and I've went to a job for well over 50 years of that time. And today on this hike, I'm not only out enjoying a beautiful day, I'm thinking about what am I going to do with the extra time that I'm going to have on my hands. I will get to the conversation about what I'm going to do with my time now that I'm retired, but along the way on this hike, I'm going to stop and kind of show a little bit about the hike because it's such a beautiful day and there's interesting things. One interesting thing is this. This is a big tree that snapped off. How did that happen is, I don't know, a month or so ago, we had high hurricane force winds here in the Black Hills, and trees all over the place, tipped over. The whole root pile came out sometimes they snap clean off. So I thought that would be an interesting scene to share with you. Right now I'm going to find a spot down in here, maybe somewhere down in there, where the wind doesn't get, where the camera doesn't pick up so much wind noise. Wow, it's a weekday, middle of the day. If I did have a job, I'd be there, not here. The conversation that I'm having with myself and sharing with you all is about 6 months ago, I did what we call retired. At 72 years old, it took me too long to do that, but I got it done. Now in the last 6 months, I've went through, and if any of you have had emotions like this, if you're newly retired, leave some comments. I went through, well, golly, I think I had a guilt thing hanging over my head for a while, and I think I'm getting over that. And the guilty in that I thought I should still be going to work. And then I kind of went through a phase of, well, but I'm worried about the finances, and I'm getting over that. So now I'm getting to the point where I said to myself, wow, I'm spending, even though I was part-time, I was spending about 40 hours a week working, trading my time for money, and another 10 hours getting ready for work, going to and from work, and getting over work. So I started adding that up, and I went, wow, I have spent 50 hours a week trading my time for money, and if you add that up, it's easy math for me, is 200 hours a month that I've gotten back. I'm kind of giving myself a time savings account. And if you push that out even further, of course, it's 2,400 hours a year. And if I live 10 more years, and as I think about this time savings account, I am concerned that time will go fast again, just like getting to be over 70 years old went fast. And I'm concerned that if I just let each day drift on by in meaningless use of that time savings account. So I'm out here today getting my mind around making good use of that. It's very easy for me to let a day get by and then another day. My objective is to not only have that time savings account, but to manage it wisely. One of the reasons I think it's important to have this conversation with myself is that when I was working, I was in and out of many people's houses, and a lot of those folks were retired. And of course that conversation came up because I've been thinking about it for years. And a lot of times the people who have already been retired said to me, hey, don't rush that because the days get real long. And I always said to them, I will not have a problem finding something to do. And I'm maybe trying to tune myself up a little bit to not dilly-dally and spend these hours that I have newly discovered and let them drift away. I have, who knows? Do I have 10 years left? 20? Crying out loud, I will be 102 years old in 30 years. So how many hours do I have of quality time ahead of me? I don't know how much is in that savings account. It's very important to me to manage that time savings account and not just spend it and not think it through. So that's what I'm doing today, is I'm out thinking it through. I think I'm using my time pretty good today. Today, I'm probably going to withdraw about 2 hours from my new time savings account. And I think I'm spending it wisely. Yeah, there went some birds. Ain't it great? Me and the birds. What else am I going to do with this time? I've got lots of things on my, well, I don't call it a bucket list. I call it a life list. It just sounds better to live instead of kick the bucket. On my life list, I got a lot of things on my mind. Won't bore you with all of them, but there's hiking, camping, trail running, ultra marathons, through hiking, and of course, making enough money to live comfortably, which we're doing on eBay. I've got things on my list, like one I already did was hiking the John Muir Trail. What a great experience that was. I'm so glad I spent my time there. And I thank my previous employer so much. He gave me 2 months off to go hike the John Muir Trail. And I didn't miss being at work. I do miss being on the John Muir Trail. One of the other things on my life list is hiking the Colorado Trail and climbing some more 14ers and running some more ultra marathons before this body can't do those things. So I guess I'm schooling myself today a little bit about how am I going to use this newfound time. I cannot let it slip away. I have a limited amount and I don't know how much it is. So that, I guess, is my message to myself in my conversation that I'm sharing with everyone. So my next move is to get up on this ridge again and follow that up to there, and let's go do it. Working my way to the Buzzard's Roost lookout. It's not far away. We'll be heading down this trail ahead here for a little bit, and then we'll get up there and take a look around. And way off in the distance out there, if it shows up on these cameras, that's the highest point east of the Rockies. Formerly Harney Peak, currently Black Elk Peak. That's a great hike. We'll do that one of these days. But right now, let's get up to Buzzard's Roost. Coming up on the summit of Buzzard's Roost. Again, Harney Peak over there in the distance, and Rapid City over there in the distance. Oh. You might be on my YouTube channel if you smile.
Uh-oh.
No! He ran away. That's funny.
All you had to do is say social media.
Oh, that's funny. Well, the hike back to the truck will be pretty basic unless I come up with something interesting. This will probably be the conclusion of this video. There's another one of them giant trees that blew over in our windstorm. Taking the direct route pretty much straight back to the truck. This trail, if you're interested in the Buzzard's Roost hiking trail system, a little bit of history on that is, I'm such an old timer that way back when I first started coming, there wasn't even a trailhead or not even really a parking lot. There was a fire service road and maybe some deer trails. Now, in modern times, the mountain bikers discovered it and made all these fantastic trails. So there's lots and lots of trails to use. And if you want to hike up to Buzzard's Roost, you know, it can be as little as 2 miles, and who knows how far if you keep looping around on these other trails, probably more like 6. If you go the long way around like I do usually. So a couple of miles to 6 miles, you're going to run into some uphill. You have all about 550 feet vertical gain and vertical loss. So it makes it a pretty nice little exercise hike. Nothing that can't be done easily in an hour or two, depending on the route you go. Very worth it. Lots. I didn't even get to show them all up on that ridge. Lots and lots of scenic overlooks along the way. If you do like I did and you get out of the car, take a left at the first available trail and kind of make a big clockwise loop, get up on that ridge and enjoy the scenic overlooks on the way to the final destination, which is the Buzzard's Roost summit. So that's my story. If you're interested in this trail, if you wonder how to find it, it's real easy. If you're in the Black Hills and near Rapid City, most people will know where it is. So with all that being said, it's back to the truck. Back to reality. I don't know what you all think, but I feel that I spent those 2 hours out of my savings account wisely. If you watched this far and you have an opinion on that, I'd love to hear it. Thank you for watching.